representative, he represents himself, you get in touch with said player. If there are two teams, he has to make a decision which team he wants to visit first. He goes, he works out for said team. If the team likes it, likes what they see, they make sure that guy never gets an opportunity to visit or work out for another team. Skip, you see this in free agency. When they get a guy come in, like 4 or 5 teams, they like this guy, he never leaves without signing that contract. They want him. It's hard for me to believe after 3 years, 2 teams in the middle of the season, in the 100th anniversary of the NFL, all of a sudden have shown interest in Colin Kaepernick. 3 months, 4 months after his last played a game in 2016, leading to 2017, not one team called. Skip, they bringing guys out of retirement, guys that have not thrown an NFL football in 4 and 5 years. So we're 3 years removed from that, and all of a sudden, there's interest. I thought the NFL did everything they could to knock down. They were not influencing teams' ability to sign Cap. Now you're going to hold a workout for 2 teams? Because now what you do, Skip, is, and the NFL is trying to do a great job of trying to show they don't curry favor for individual teams. Yes, this is a league divided up of 32 teams who all hold the same level of influence. Or that's what the NFL would have you think.
Yep.
But not this. So when people say, oh, y'all white ball Cap, nah, teams can sign him if they want to. Now all of a sudden, you don't have the power to dictate that he shouldn't be signed, but you know what? We having this workout, we want all y'all to come. And 25 of the teams go, really? So Atlanta, I lived in Atlanta. I ain't never heard the Falcons being interested in Colin Kaepernick.
No.
Detroit, really? When Miss Ford, the owner, Miss Ford, she took it over for her husband. She said, I will pay whatever cause you want. I will pay you to stand for the national anthem. And they thinking about signing Cap. Do they really think people are dumb? I hate the fact that I asked Cap, go ahead and show up, bro. Because it was a sham from the beginning and everybody knew it was.
Yep.
He knew it was, but his heart, against his better judgment, Cap probably went thinking, you know what? They might be trying to do the right thing. For once, they're going to do the right thing. No, they weren't. This was never a real, sincere, genuine opportunity for Cap to get an opportunity to play. Because I believe, because I've been around it too long, Skip, you covered it too long. You know how they sign free agency. They've never, ever gone to this length. The NFL says, you know what? We're holding an open tryout for 2 teams? Skip, I can see if it was 30 teams, but for 2 teams. Why would the NFL, Skip, why would the NFL get that cost?
Yep.
Why not the teams? Y'all want to sign him? Now, I can see, Skip, if it's a situation like AB, because AB got something going on. So the team's like, okay, NFL, what's going on with AB? If we sign him, what happens? Can we sign him? Can we play him? Okay, I get that. But Colin Kaepernick does not have that. Colin Kaepernick is under no red flag that says, you know what, you can't sign him, and if you sign him, we're going to put him on the commissioner's list until we find out what's going on. Nah, I don't believe it. I don't believe anything that the NFL has said about this was a legitimate workout. And they set Cap up, Cap walked into a trap, and when he moved it, they can say, see, I told you, he was going to be more trouble than what he's worth. There was never a team, 1 team, 2 teams, 10 teams, not one. I don't believe it. Unless the general manager, somebody from the general manager, and they'll never say it. It's hard for me to believe that after 3 years, they were going to sign Cap in the middle of the season.
So I agree with your big picture takeaway on this. It was a sham from the start. It had no chance of succeeding as far as getting Cap to a team.
Right.
But Howard Bryant, who wrote this excellent piece for ESPN.com, declares up front, all my information, my point of view is all from Colin Kaepernick's camp, his side.
You're right.
Right.
Okay, so he's saying this is not from the NFL side of the story.
Right.
This is Cap's side.
Right.
And the way Howard has been told by Cap's camp, what initially prompted this sort of combine-style workout was the fact, according to Howard, from the camp, that 2 teams had expressed to Commissioner Goodell high interest in Colin Kaepernick. Now, take it or leave it, but that's the genesis, according to Howard, of this whole ordeal was that. And that already Commissioner Goodell was getting strong encouragement from Jay-Z, who now works with the NFL on these kinds of issues. Dr. Harry Edwards, do you know Dr. Edwards? Okay.
I do.
who's been an advisor to the
For the
NFL.
49ers.
Yes,
He's the 49ers guy for the longest.
And that those two, Jay-Z and Dr. Edwards, had been strongly encouraging Commissioner Goodell to address this, to try to end it or start it, whatever do something to make this thing move one direction or the other. So all of a sudden, Commissioner Goodell gets the bright idea, well, the teams are, according to the story, expressing some concern about media circus if we bring Colin in for a workout. Hey, if you really want to sign the guy, nobody cares about the media.
What the hell you think an NFL organized for 25 teams was going to generate?
Okay, so the way I'm reading this was that Commissioner Goodell thought we could spread the focus of the media circus to all 32 teams or however many showed up. And originally it was supposed to be, what, 25? So it would be spread to all teams as opposed to one and then one if they brought him in for workouts. As you said, I've been covering this game for too long to know if you really want a player, especially a quarterback, most valuable position on the field, if you are dead set on I need Colin Kaepernick, it's like damn the torpedoes, man. Just do it.
You bring him in for an individual workout.
You can.
Skip, when the Broncos signed Peyton Manning was coming out the neck surgery. Peyton could barely throw the ball 10 yards.
10 yards.
But John Elway needed to see him at least throw the football.
Yep.
He went down to the workout at Duke.
He did.
And he saw him. We'll take it.
And by the way, if you really, really want to keep it quiet, you could keep it quiet. If you really wanted to, and if Colin were along with this, if he were in on this to where he said, okay, I'm with you, if Colin thought this was a team that he wanted to be with, he would cooperate and they would make it a private workout.
Thank you.
You could.
Yes.
And then you could announce the bombshell signing of Colin Kaepernick. And you just have to put up with the media. You'd have to accept that was part of the deal,
Skip,
right?
What do you think the NFL thought was going to happen? We're having a workout for Colin Kaepernick in the middle of the season in the 100th anniversary of the NFL.
On Saturday. Yeah.
Thank you. You'd have got, Skip, I believe you'd have got, like you said, less attention with a private workout.
You would
Cap, we want to work you out.
Let's pull it off. Let's do this. Because it doesn't, you don't need much. You just need to make sure he looks in decent shape.
Thank you.
His arm's fine.
Thank you.
And we know that. We knew he would be. We've seen the videos. Listen, if I really wanted Colin Kaepernick and I thought he could help my football team, I could look at his videos and say, well, I know his tape. I know his game tape. I'd just bring him in and say, let's go.
Skip, they were bringing guys out of retirement.
Yep.
They took a guy off our network. They took guys that hadn't thrown football, that had been on 9 teams and hadn't thrown a football in 5 years, instead of signing a guy that had last played an NFL game 4 months ago.
A kid named Duck is going to start for the Steelers. Duck.
Yep, and that's what we've come to.
Jeff Driscoll was starting for the Detroit Lions.
Yep.
Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Man, they need to stop. Just go ahead and say, look, Skip, they've intended to make Skip, remember, punishment, what it's meant to do, to punish the offender and deter anybody else from doing such things.
Yep.
Okay, you've already made your point. I think you made your message loud, got your message across loud and clear. But to do this around and make it seem like the guy, we had a legitimate chance and he blew it. Man, stop.
Yeah.
I can't blow what wasn't really there to begin with.
I'm still where I was the Monday after it all fell apart. I'm still not sure Colin really, really wants to play football. I have my doubts about this, where I still think he's